Have you ever wondered why humans behave the way they do? Why can our actions sometimes seem so contradictory and unpredictable? Well, it's because human behavior is a complex tapestry woven from a multitude of intricate threads. It's a dance choreographed by our past experiences, our beliefs, our emotions, and even the very wiring of our brains. We are shaped by internal psychological patterns, driven by complex emotions and guided by conscious and subconscious beliefs. Our neurological makeup plays a significant role, as does the environment in which we find ourselves, and let's not forget the uniqueness of every individual, which further adds layers to this complexity. But despite this, we all have the capacity to create lasting change. Over the next several minutes, we'll delve into these principles inspired by creating a lasting change to better understand this complex dance of human behavior. So stay tuned as we unravel the complexity of human behavior. Firstly, we have psychological patterns. These patterns, formed over time, play a significant role in shaping our behavior. Picture them as invisible threads weaving together the tapestry of our actions and reactions. Let's delve a bit deeper. Our past experiences, they're like footprints in the sand of our minds, shaping the paths we choose to tread. Each interaction, each memory, each triumph or failure leaves its mark, influencing how we perceive and respond to the world around us. Then we have our beliefs, the pillars of our mental architecture. They provide structure, guiding our thoughts and perspectives. Conditioning, too, acts as a subtle yet powerful force, often dictating our responses before we even consciously register the situation. These psychological patterns are not set in stone. They evolve, adapt, and shift as we navigate through life's complex labyrinth. Our psychological patterns are like invisible scripts, directing our actions in ways we may not even realize. Next, we have emotional drivers. Emotions, complex as they are, can be incredibly powerful motivators for our actions. Diving into this intricate world, we find that fear, desire, and love often take the driver's seat, steering us towards or away from certain paths. Fear, for instance, can push us to avoid risks, potentially holding us back from new experiences and opportunities. Conversely, desire can propel us forward, driving us to pursue our goals with relentless determination. Then there's love, a profoundly complex emotion that can pull us in multiple directions. Love can lead us to make sacrifices, to put others before ourselves, sometimes even in ways that may seem contradictory to our own interests. These emotions, in all their complexity, can make our behavior appear unpredictable, even to ourselves. Yet they serve a purpose. They guide us, shape us, and ultimately make us human. Understanding our emotional drivers can help us make sense of our actions and reactions. Thirdly, our belief systems greatly influence our behavior. These are the deeply ingrained assumptions and convictions that guide our perception of the world and our place in it. Often these beliefs take root in our formative years, shaped by our families, communities, and cultural backgrounds. They act like a lens, tinting our reality, influencing our decisions, and guiding our actions. Consider how a belief in one's abilities can inspire confidence and drive ambition. Conversely, a belief in one's limitations can hinder growth and foster self-doubt. Beliefs about what's right and wrong, what's possible and impossible, what's important and trivial, these all shape our daily interactions and reactions. It's also worth noting that many of our beliefs operate at a subconscious level. We may not even be aware of them, yet they steer our behavior in significant ways. By examining our belief systems, we can gain insight into why we behave the way we do. Moving on to the fourth principle, neurological factors. Now, when we say neurological, we're talking about the human brain. This remarkable organ, a 3-pound universe of cells, is not just a passive receiver of information, but actively interprets and processes the world around us. Each region of the brain plays a distinct role in making us who we are. Our prefrontal cortex, for instance, handles decision-making and social behavior. The amygdala, on the other hand, is the emotional center, triggering responses like fear or pleasure. Moreover, our brains are a complex network of neurotransmitters and neural pathways that communicate and interact to shape our behaviors. Imagine a busy city at rush hour, with cars being the information we receive and the roads representing neural pathways. The traffic lights and signs, those are neurotransmitters directing the flow of information. This intricate system contributes to the complexity of our behavior. Our brains are our command centers, intricately wired to guide our every move. Next, we consider the role of environmental influences. Our behavior doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's shaped by the world around us. Social norms, those unwritten rules of behavior accepted by society, greatly impact our actions. We often conform to these norms, whether consciously or unconsciously, to fit in and avoid social penalties. Cultural expectations, too, play a crucial role. Each culture has its own set of values, beliefs, and customs, which guide our behavior and decision-making. From the food we eat to the clothes we wear, our culture leaves an indelible imprint on our behavior. And let's not forget environmental stimuli. The sights, sounds, and smells surrounding us can trigger certain behaviors. A familiar scent might evoke a memory, influencing our mood and actions. A sudden loud noise might startle us, prompting an instinctive reaction. The world around us shapes us, subtly steering our actions and responses. The sixth principle revolves around individual differences. Each person is a unique blend of genetic predispositions, life experiences, and personality traits. Think of it as a personal recipe, with each ingredient adding its own flavor to behavior. Genetic predispositions, handed down from generation to generation, lay the groundwork. They provide the initial foundation, the primary colors from which the rest of the palette is mixed. Life experiences then add depth and texture, shaping and molding behavior in response to the world around us. These experiences can be as profound as a life-altering event or as subtle as a passing comment that sticks in the mind. And then there are personality traits, the distinctive characteristics that define us. These traits influence how we think, feel, and behave, creating patterns that are uniquely our own. All these factors intertwine in ways that are intricate and complex, making each person's behavior a one-of-a-kind tapestry. Our individuality is what makes us unique, but it also adds to the complexity of understanding human behavior. Lastly, we have the desire for change. This is where the human spirit truly shines. Despite the intricacies of our behavior, we possess a remarkable capacity for transformation. We are not simply the sum of our patterns, emotions, and beliefs. We are not just neurological wiring reacting to external stimuli. We are also architects of our own destinies. By gaining an understanding of the underlying psychological mechanisms that shape our behavior, we can begin to actively shift our beliefs, reshape our emotions, and change our habits. It's like becoming fluent in a new language, the language of self. This fluency allows us to rewrite the narratives we've been living and to shape our behavior in ways that align with our deepest values and aspirations. So, while human behavior is indeed complex, it is not fixed. Change is possible. With understanding and effort, we can rewrite our scripts and transform our behavior. So, we see that human behavior is a complex interplay of numerous factors. It's akin to a vast, intricate tapestry woven with threads of psychological patterns, emotional drivers, belief systems, neurological factors, environmental influences, and individual differences. Each thread, in its own right, is richly complex. Psychological patterns, shaped over time by past experiences, beliefs, and conditioning, form a significant part of the tapestry. They color our perceptions and responses, making them as unique as our fingerprints. But our emotional drivers are equally influential, propelling us to act in ways that may seem unpredictable or even contradictory. They are the currents beneath the surface, often powerful, occasionally turbulent, but always significant. Our belief systems, whether conscious or subconscious, form the framework within which we operate. Rooted in childhood or cultural conditioning, these beliefs shape our world, dictating our decisions and actions. And let's not forget the marvel that is the human brain. This complex organ, with its intricate network of neurotransmitters and neural pathways, plays a significant part in determining our behavior. Then there's the world around us, the social norms, cultural expectations, and environmental stimuli that influence our behavior. The interplay between our internal psychological processes and these external influences adds yet another layer to the complexity. And finally, our individual differences, our unique combination of genetic predispositions, life experiences, and personality traits, make each one of us a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. But despite this complexity, or perhaps because of it, change is possible. By understanding these underlying mechanisms and working actively to shift our beliefs, emotions, and habits, we can transform our behavior and create a more fulfilling life. Embrace this complexity, for it is what makes us uniquely human. And remember, change is not only possible, it is within your grasp.